Well, Big Daddy and Friends is in the house, and I'll tell you, I am so I'm excited. I have a good friend of mine on joining me, and you know what? Two-time Super Bowl champion, brought the heat like no other. And without further ado, Osi Umenyiora. What's up, Osi? Welcome
Man,
to
what's
Big
going
Daddy
on,
and
Daddy?
Friends.
What's the deal? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm trying to be like you, big time. Doing some interviews, have some laughs, have some fun, all that good stuff.
Yep, that BTO never gets old, man. I miss you, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I miss you too, man. It's like, you know what? I told somebody a story about how, um, I watch your development, and it's funny. I'll never forget because I was very fortunate enough to when you were there to be on those teams,
Yep,
going to every game,
yep,
whether I was flying with Steve Tisch or whoever it was.
yep.
I was always there, and I'll never forget the game that you had against Seattle when you kind of like came right out of the box. And I'm like, man, 72 is bringing it.
Yep.
So, all right. So look, I'm playing a little favoritism. Obviously I bleed blue.
Yep.
Those years are great. And being there to watch you win 2 Super Bowls, as a fan, not listen, forget the insurance, man.
Yep.
As a fan, to watch all that happen, I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that,
Yeah, you were there, man. You were there the whole time through the bad times, the good times. You saw it all, man, and you were there by our side the entire time. A great guy, a great person, and we really appreciate you, man. That's why we're still cool to this day. That's why we're still friends.
Exactly. I mean, it's funny how you go from one thing and all of a sudden, everybody thought I was crazy. Remember when I brought the pizza to Indianapolis?
Yep.
Everybody was like, man, Daddy, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, well, look, we have this tradition on Fridays, and we're going all the way through, man. This is how it's going to be. And to get that pizza delivered there was the funniest thing, because when we got, I met the plane at the airport, and because I was taking it right from the airport right to your practice.
Yep.
I'll never forget, man. You would have seen all the media was there. It was like, the guy Gaetano from Umberto's and Dino from Rayo's. You would have thought like the president was coming off that plane. So many people were there, and then to go to practice and look at John Mara, look at me like, he said to me, he goes, now, and he never called me really Big Daddy. He was called me Rich.
Yep.
And he would be like, he said to me that day, he goes, Big Daddy, now I know you're crazy. I said, well, I'm just living the dream and keeping the tradition alive, and that's what these guys wanted, so we did it. But
yep, absolutely, man. I tell you what, though, Daddy, we were, man, after practice on Fridays, we couldn't wait to get to that pizza, man. We were so excited about that. I know it was a really good time, man. We really appreciate everything that you did for us.
No, I know, and I appreciated being a part of that, and feeling like I was a member of the team at the time, and then I had Spags on the other day, and he was telling me, we were comparing notes. He's like, well, you had the pizza, but Maria had the bread pudding.
Yep,
and I was like, I know, I had to barter one time. Pizza just to try a little morsel of it. And he goes, I know those guys didn't really want to share with anybody. I was like, well, listen, I told Strahan one day, like, you better give me some of that, man, because it's not fair. I keep hearing about it, and I've been bringing this pizza over here for years now because of you. So I want some.
Incredible.
He got a kick out of that because and him and his wife are the soul of the earth. They're great people and
really nice people.
And I hope he can win another one and then get another shot. To get behind the saddle and be a head coach, because I know that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I think so. I think he should get a chance too, man. He really is such a great guy, and he's humble, down to earth, and he knows football like inside and out. And he really connects really well with his players. So as long as you're able to do that in this day and age, man, and football, I think you should get a chance, and he should definitely get a chance.
Yeah, because when he went to St. Louis after leaving New York, he went there to a damaged product,
Yeah.
and it's not easy to obviously to fix something, and you get 3 years, and then ownership changes after 2 and all that. So, hopefully we'll get another shot, and it'll be a better situation for him. So,
Yeah.
but one of the things that we do here is one of the fans will ask a question. So one of the questions is, what are you up to now? Like, what are you doing? You're living in London. I know what you're doing, but they want to hear from you.
Yeah. Well, I was born in England, and oddly enough, I was here till I was 7 years old, and then remember in the 2007 season, we actually played a game in England.
Yeah, against Miami. Yeah.
Yeah. So I came out and I looked around. It was like 80,000 people. I was like, what? Because when you're in America, you're almost in like a bubble. So you don't really understand how big the game is outside of America. So for me, I saw that and I was like, man, there's an opportunity here, because I saw what everybody else was doing. They'd retire, they'd go straight into the meat grinder of ESPN or NFL Network.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's just no possible way I'm going to do that. So I got to figure out something else. So around 2008, 2009, I started having conversations with Mark Waller, who was the head of NFL International. And I was telling him, listen, when I retire, I'm going to come out to London. I'm going to come out to England and help grow the game internationally. And he thought I was playing, but I kept on telling him this for like 6-7 years while I was still playing. And then as soon as I retired, I was like, listen, Mark, I'm retired. What's up? He was like, okay, you've been talking about this. Go out to England. And so I came to England like within a week of me retiring, started working for the NFL, doing different things, having different discussions about how we're going to grow the game internationally. And then midway through the season, this was the 2015 season, they were like, listen, we have this idea. We're going to put a TV show on BBC, which is like their big network out here.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were like, we want you to do it. I was like, all right, cool. Put me on the show. The fans just ate it up, man. They absolutely loved it, man. So I won like a couple of awards out here. The game is growing. Now they play 4 games out here. So, Daddy, everything is good, man. I'm happy. I made the right choice to come out here, man, and things are going really well.
Yeah, it seems like it. And, I keep tabs on everybody, especially with our group, as I call it, because, I was really close with the 2007 team.
Yep.
And then, the second group that won it, I think I was even closer because we had gone through those years together. Of one year, and then there was no winning. And then, 2008, that whole 2008, obviously with, injuries, and then actually me having an aneurysm, and
I remember.
And the funny, I always tell a story. I was telling Tom Brady, it was our anniversary. I think it was last year. I was joking around with him, and he goes, "Anniversary? What are you talking about?" I said, "Man, you don't remember? You got your knee. You blew out your knee.
Yep.
And, meaning him and me. When you text me the morning of, I was getting taken into surgery to get my head open. So it was, he was out the whole year. I'll never forget. I only missed 1 game that year, even though I had that major surgery.
Yep.
And I showed up at the Steeler game.
Wow.
And everybody was like, Ronnie Barnes, like, what the hell are you doing here? I was like, well, I missed 2 games and I was like bored and whatnot. And I'll never forget, but all those memories. And then obviously 2011, here we go again, Indianapolis. And then, and I feel for fans out there, because people always say, oh, this team stinks. That one, I could say this honestly. In my lifetime, I've seen the Giants go to 5 Super Bowls.
Yep.
They've won 4, they lost 1.
Wow.
Think about if you're a Jets fan. And I don't want to point the finger at anybody, but think about those people there. I'm 55.
Yeah.
And so all those people in my age, they ain't seen nothing. They've been close, but they ain't seen nothing. So, but anyway, the big games this weekend, and obviously we're not there, I'm not there, none of us are there. This is like the first Super Bowl. I've been to like 23 of them, 24 of them. And,
wow.
Between that and I'll never forget when one in 2007 when you guys won. You went to Hawaii, and I was there too.
Yeah.
But I remember I was so worn out because I went from Phoenix right to Hawaii.
Yep.
Being up all night, running around with everybody. And I'm like, man, I miss the Pro Bowl. I miss Hawaii. I miss the Pro Bowl being the week after.
Yeah.
It's not the same, going to Orlando or, now they're moving it to Vegas. We can all go there whenever we want.
Yeah.
Hawaii, that's a different deal.
It's not it's not an event the way it used to be, man. You remember people would like wait and everybody would go. Like now you got people up and out of the game because they don't want to go to know Orlando or wherever they're holding it. So Hawaii, everybody to be out there by the pool. Remember the drinks, the food. It was such an event. You were so happy to have made it. And now they've kind of taken that away. So it's not fun anymore.
No, I know. It's hey, I always say smarter people know better things, I guess. I don't know. It's always the guy it's always someone making a decision that shouldn't be making a decision, but I'll leave it at that so I don't get a call from the NFL office about Big Daddy overstepping your boundary now.
Yeah. I got you.
So, all right. So listen, who do you got this weekend? Give us some insight on what you're thinking and why.
Ooh, it's going to be a tough one, man. Obviously, Kansas City. You know what they have offensively. Defensively, our boy Spags is there, and he is a fantastic coach. He's going to have them ready to play.
Yeah.
But the one thing that bothers me, honestly, is that offensive line of Kansas City. And now they got to face a defensive line of Tampa Bay, and they are ferocious, Daddy. I'm talking about JPP, Shaq Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea. These guys are good across the front, and they're going to be able to rush the passer because Kansas City is down 2 offensive tackles. So I don't know how they're going to adjust to that, man. Obviously, you think, Kansas City and their offensive weapons, they're going to be able to get the ball out and all that type of stuff. But I think they're going to have to, spend some of their resources protecting. They're going to have to keep Kelsey in. They're going to have to, line up Sammy Watkins a little bit closer, to kind of disrupt this pass rush that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to bring. So I think it's going to be a big problem for this football team. So I'm not really sure who's going to win the game. If Kansas City is able to, eliminate that defensive line, boom. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got a bunch of weapons of their own. Also, it's not like there's some slouches. They got the greatest quarterback of all time, calling the plays with receivers, Mike Evans. They got Godwin, they got Scotty Miller, and their offensive line is pretty good.
They got Gronk too.
Yeah. So I think it's good. It's going to be a great game, man. People thinking Kansas City is just going to run away with this, man. I think they're going to be in for a big shock.
Yeah, I don't. Obviously, my heart is I'm bleeding red here, but because of our guys Spags and Andy, and but it's going to be interesting the matchups and the thing with the Chiefs. They're going to probably have to go to a quick game because with that rush, JPP's come on.
He's coming in.
Yeah, he's been coming on, and Barrett and Sue is still a load in the middle.
Yeah.
You got to have one or two, at least 2 on him.
Inside,
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be coaching wit versus coaching wit because it's got the offensive mind, defensive mind, and so on. And with the Chiefs, too, you're right. With the 2 tackles being down, my man Mahomes is going to have his track shoes on a little bit. He's going to have to do a little bit of running and a little bit. But like I said, quick game, screen game, that'll eliminate all that stuff. So hopefully. All right, so last but not least, one of the segments that we do on here is kind of funny. We have the guest turn around and ask me a question, and then whatever you think you don't know or you want to know or whatever, it's open mic for you to ask me.
Really? Okay. Because I realize, you got a lot of friends, Big Daddy. And I want to ask you this. Of all the players, which one is your favorite? Who is your favorite player that you really relate the most with? You say, this is my guy. Because I see you with everybody, and I never really know that.
Wow, put me on the spot here, but
exactly. You're gonna offend a lot of people, man.
I know. And you know what? It figures that it would be you that would do it because we always joke around with each other.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, you want to laugh, and I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's three guys that I really relate to that regardless of where, who, what, and where, or when,
Yep.
I could always have a laugh. I could joke around with. I could tease, and they could take it. One of them really can't take it too good, but the other two can. And you're familiar with the other two.
Yep.
Stray and Tuck.
Yep.
And yourself. Because, I mean, I don't think there wasn't a time where Tuck and I would make fun of Stray.
Yep.
And then I would make fun of Stray, and then Stray would get on me.
Mm.
And you were just BTO. We won't express what that means, but that was our inside gig. And those were the things that really made it special. And guys would say to me, "What, man, why are you driving all the way from Long Island to Jersey to bring pizza and to do?" And I'm like, you know why? Because I felt like I had to do it, and it was fun to do.
Yeah.
Or whether the traffic or whatever, and I always adjusted to whatever was going on. And then to fly to games and be in the same hotel with you guys, and then there was joking always there, and then there was always being on the field for some of the games. I mean, what the hell's Big Daddy doing there? And I think obviously 2007 for me was such a magical year because the only game I missed that year was the London game.
Mm-hmm.
I was at every game, every moment. I saw everything, and I even got drenched, in Buffalo that game that I had to win to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, you guys got stuck on the tarmac. I drove home with Dino because he had to be back at Rayo's to open up on Monday. So we went and rented a car and drove back from Buffalo.
Yeah.
And then Big Time Stray, he flew to California with Tish.
Yeah.
So he didn't stay on the plane. And he was texting me, he's like, "Daddy, I'm already in LA." I'm like, "Man, get out of here. Leave me alone, man. Why you bother me? I'm in the car for 9 hours during a hailstorm." Remember, the weather was horrible that day.
Yeah,
that's why you guys couldn't fly out right away. But I have to say, the three of you guys, that was such a special time. And then not only do I become friends with you guys, but I also do business with the three. Yep. That's what it was like, wow, what can you ask for? What better, what better circumstances can you ask for? And also the camaraderie and everything that went into those years. It was great. And I have to say thank you for letting me be a part of that.
You've been awesome, man. You've been awesome the whole time. We really appreciate you.
No, thank you. And I appreciate you coming on this on Big Daddy and Friends. I was telling 4 or 5 people today, I'm like, yeah, I got Osi. Oh my God, yeah. Well, I had 2 guys that wanted to come over to the office to watch the interview. I'm like, man, just watch it when it comes out. You ain't gotta be over here. Because I would be like, "Hey, Osi, meet so and so."
That's so cool, man. Much love. I appreciate it.
And I'll let you know. Obviously, we're out there on all social media platforms, and to all the viewers and fans that are watching and listening this interview, make sure you follow Osi Umenyiora because he does bring a different viewpoint to the game. And it's not like everybody else was here in the States. He's over in London. He's in Europe. And he's building a brand over there that has, you're what you're doing over there is you're enhancing a brand that has been around longer than all of us.
Yep.
But you're taking it to a whole different other level. And that's so commendable. And also it shows how intelligent and smart you are,
I appreciate that, man. I really do, man. I can't wait to get back to America and see you, man. But you got to come out here to England and see me, man.
I will, because you know what? When it's safe to do it, I will, because I've never been. I've been everywhere, but I've never been. That's the one thing I regret. I've never been to Europe.
Man, a lot of your cousins are here.
Oh Lord! Oh boy! You got me. You got me with that.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah, that is an inside joke. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, I'm at the show. When 92 watches this interview,
Yeah.
he's gonna be chuckling. So ready? Let's give it to him. CousinFinders.com. You know who invented it. Well, listen, on that note, I'll take all the email requests and questions that want to know what that means the next show. But anyway, Osi, thank you so much for coming on, man. I miss you. I love you. And I can't wait to see you, brother. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, man. Love you too, bro. Be easy.
You too, man. And I will talk to you hopefully sooner than later. And to everyone out there, keep watching Big Daddy and Friends.
Yes, sir.
We keep bringing the biggest names, the biggest stars, the biggest celebrities from the world of sports and entertainment. Until next time, Big Daddy over and out.